Well, the latest mini-budget has come and gone. It's been analysed at depth by the rating agencies, by business and by international lenders. They're concerned, as government is and as many people are, about a slide into sovereign junk status, the credit status of the country. The flurry of comment, however, has done little to interest the majority of workers, whether they be employed, underemployed or unemployed. This army of the working poor, the jobless poor, is quite honestly too busy just trying to survive. And for them, junk status is a living reality. They live junk status. For example, if you have junk status, you have difficulty getting hold of loans, and the loans that you do get cost a lot more. That's why government doesn't want to fall into that status. But for ordinary working people, earning perhaps 4,000 or 5,000 Rand a month, if they want to borrow up to 8,000 Rand, they start paying interest at 60% per annum. And that's before you have the add-ons, legal add-ons of admin charges, etc. Among these people are those, more than 10 million, who are credit impaired. That means the only access they have to additional funding is from the mashonisas, from the loan sharks. And quite honestly, the interest rates they charge and their methods of collection can only be described as brutal. Now, even workers who earn what COSATU has acknowledged as being the basic necessary minimum of 4,500 Rand a month, and even if they have no debt, are having difficulty. Because you see, inflation for the poor, as I've said many times before, is so much higher than the official inflation rate, and it is rising fast. Priority foods, cooking oils, that sort of thing, with which a household cannot do without, have risen in price by roughly 25% in the past year. Millie meal, the staple, has increased in price from September last year to the end of September this year by more than 32%. So it's perfectly understandable to see why, at this stage, unionized workers will be demanding a fairer share of the wealth they create, a greater increase in benefits and in wages. Because you see, the working poor, let alone those who are unemployed, are becoming poorer. So there's a need, I think, for some sort of radical transformation, some sort of policies that will break from the orthodox sticking plaster measures that we've adopted until this time. Unfortunately, I think there's a lack of political will. So we'll have to see what happens over the coming months. Anyhow, that'll be the focus of my Inside Labour column, which you can access on this platform, Fin24, tomorrow, and a version of which will appear in the City Press on Sunday. And then it'll be a fortnight before the next Labour Wrap and the next Inside Labour in City Press. Until then, it's over to you. Let's have your comments, your suggestions, your criticisms of the present system, and your perhaps suggestions of how best we can improve it. And for this week, that's all from me. Cheers.